First and foremost, myself and Fred, would like to thank everyone for coming. For those who may not know me, my name is Zichron Ben-Ami. I'm a very, very good friend who has known Fred for over 26 years. Fred is originally from the Bronx, New York, and when he died, he was 80 years old. Most of his life, he lived in New York and New Jersey and spent about 23 years in Seattle, where I met him. Fred, as I said, was a lady's best friend. Why was Fred a lady's best friend? Because Fred was a diamond buyer. Fred bought diamonds. He traveled the world 2-3 times around. And he worked for a company in New York and then in Seattle. Later in life, at the age of 78, Fred made Aliyah and was extremely happy in moving to Zichron, Yaakov, which we knew very little about Zichron Yaakov. Originally we wanted to take it to old, but we couldn't. But we have good friends who steered us here. Fred loved Zichron, and to say the least, he was a special person always with a smile on his face. If Fred was here, he would thank each and every one of you for coming out today. Special shout out to Tani and Amos Gomen, Galit and Elad Eliyahu, Lorraine, Olivia, Yona, Asher Toledano, Gerard, and Gillian, and all the special friends that he played bridge with, which was a game that he learned in the last year and a half to develop. Also, a special shout out to Rabbi Puff, who was a Kohen, who's outside, and Larry, another Kohen. Also, we want to thank the Samuelsons, Pamela, Scott, Drew, Eden, Brooks, and Shield. Fred has a sister. Fred comes from a family of 4, where there were 4. His parents, they originated from Austria and Vienna. His sister lived all of her years in New York, up near Muncie, but moved to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. His sister's name is Nora. She's 6 years younger than him. Fred has a niece, Dara, and a nephew, Tommy, and 2 stepchildren. Once again, I want to thank everyone for being here. Everyone. Everyone to support Fred at this very difficult time. Obviously, there are many people here who cared about him, and I apologize for the ones that I did not name, but everyone here is in our thoughts, and everyone here is very special. Thank you.
I wanted to say a few words from Noah, his sister. I will start with, okay, our parents escaped from Austria, Vienna. They escaped from the Germans. They had their first child in New York, in Brooklyn, as Zichron said. We were 6 years apart. Fred was the oldest brother. He used to play the accordion, which drove me crazy because he practiced all the time. Our family was very musical one, and our kids were my kids. I'm speaking from her. Were very close to Fred. He was a very warm uncle, and we spoke at least once a day. We used to say every day, I love you. And in a way, she kept telling me that it kept her calm. It's like at least she knows that he knew that he's loved. We all gonna miss him very very much. וכמה מילים ממני. אלעד ואני גרנו בסיאטל והקמנו שם את נחשון ופרד. כשהם הגיעו לארץ הבאנו אותם אלינו לזיכרון וכאן קיבלנו אותם ואני כל כך שמחה לראות שלפחות הם התאקלמו כאן והגיעו כאן והכירו אנשים והקימו קהילה וזה לא רק דברים שאנשים שאנחנו ונקרוב האנשים באמת הם שלהם. אז באמת תודה לכולכם שבאתם ושקיבלתם, ולפחות אני מרגישה בשמי ובשם אלעד שזה שהבאנו אותם לזיכרון לפחות כן הם הצליחו להקים פה איזושהי קהילה שמחזיקה אותם גם בשמחות שלהם אבל גם בעצב. פרד? אין ספק שהייתי חלק מהמשפחה בשנתיים וחצי האחרונות.
ג'יליאן בן נתן, בבקשה.
Let's read. Well, I haven't had the pleasure of knowing you for as long as everyone else who knew you, but since last summer we were privileged to welcome you to our bridge classes in my house, and all the time that you came with this big smile on your face, forever curious, forever optimistic, and enjoying every time you came, asking for advice on other things to do with your klita into Israel, and asking you loads of questions about your diamonds and going back to America, which you had to put off because of the war, and then eventually you did go back during, I think, November, and then suddenly you got very sick. But you kept touch through Nachshon with me all through that illness, and it was, I could not believe how long you were in the hospital, and then you bounced back. You came back to Zichron, you rang me up, when can I come back to bridge classes? And I said, it's okay, as soon as you feel well enough to come home, we'll carry on with the bridge lessons. You just get better. And then we talked about going to Zichron, and you went to Shoam, and he rang me up from there. He said, do you think I can have some private lessons now? And I said, don't worry, you won't miss out. It's all good. And of course, sadly, he didn't survive coming home from Shoam. But the days of your curiosity and optimism will never leave me. You're an amazing person and an inspiration. It's been great to know you.
אנחנו נדבר על פרד, אני אדבר בעברית, יהיו קל לי. פרד היה כמו אח גדול, הוא למד אצלי ברידג', יש לי קבוצה של ברידג' חינמי, וכל פעם היה מביא איתו קופסה של ממתקים, חלב, כל מיני דברים. אף פעם לא היה בא בידיים ריקות, כי אנחנו מדברים רק על קבוצה ביתית כזאת, קבוצה קטנה, והוא נכנס לנו ללב. וכשהיום בבוקר שמעתי, זה כאילו התהפך לי עולמי. הוא היה איש יקר, ואני מאחל מכולם. קודם כל אני רוצה לבקש תודה מכולם, זה בהתראה של שעתיים, בכמה קבוצות תודענו, ואני רואה שהקבוצה של הבית כנסת הגיעה, הקבוצה של הברידג' הגיעה, הקבוצה של הברידג' של ג'יליאן הגיעה, וחברים, יהי זכרו ברוך.
I want to thank all the people who reached out from Seattle, all of the phone calls we received today. They're very special. Karish. Yikada ve yikada shmei ba. Amen. Ya ma jibra ki utay nikma kutay izmak kule gehe shilhe. Your home in Israel. Pagala Usman Khalid Ulu Amen. Amen.